Here he is, the big chief, the skipper. Welcome in.
Thanks, Shane. Thanks for having me.
Good winning, by the way. That's, just you've got a stranglehold over the New South Wales Blues.
Yeah, 16 times, Bill was just telling me, so news to me, but apparently this was their line in the sand game and we were able to do it to them again, so hopefully same again tomorrow.
One day tomorrow, of course, we'll talk about that, but they had a good side in too, didn't they?
Yeah, rolled out a few big dogs, Steve Smith and Mitch Stark, and Nathan Lyon was in there as well, and they'll go with Cummins and Hazelwood tomorrow, so they certainly had the cattle in, but yeah, we've just got the wood over them at the moment.
Did you face Mitchy Stark, or did Sean Abbott just get you a bit early both times?
I knew what I was doing. They didn't want to face the big fella, so just it takes skill to nick the ball, but little pair for me, unfortunately.
Is that the first?
First pair, I reckon. But probably everyone has one at some point. Exactly. I don't know if you had one.
No, it's one of the very few bad things in cricket I didn't achieve.
Yeah.
Pretty
you
much
didn't get a pair.
Ticked every other, never got a pair.
No. But you did take 5 wickets and you
did.
bowled well and you skipped the
magnificently,
captain,
yes,
so
exactly.
that was a good effort. Well done.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes. And tomorrow, so what type of side do you go in? Many changes to the state side. Which one would be, is Glenn Maxwell coming in?
Yeah, we've got the great man Glenn coming in, and Matt Short as well. So we've got a couple of big dogs of our own, so to speak.
Sids.
Yeah, Sids he's still going around.
You cannot believe
Still
that.
going around.
He's got to be in his early 50s.
I thought he retired down in Tassie.
Or something. Yeah, no, he's an absolute machine. He's off the piss and does a lot of cycling, keeping
Banana
fit.
eating.
Bananas.
Still smashes the bananas. So credit to him. I reckon I might be in a wheelchair at 40, he's still going around. So good on him.
Ridiculous.
Still got the big white chompers.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, pearly whites. Hopefully we'll see him after a few polls tomorrow.
Well, there'll be a good crowd in, you'd think.
Oh, that's a good
The Junction,
game. Because as Cummins playing, and who else?
And Josh Hazelwood.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a
Smudge.
good game.
Yeah.
Smudge.
Yeah.
He needs some runs too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he only had 3 more than me last game, Bill, so not too far behind. Greatest batsman in Australia.
Exactly. What did you make of the air opener, Constas?
If I was a selector, I'd be picking Marcus Harris. I don't want to get too contentious there, but obviously he's a good player. Game looks pretty tidy. Not that you asked me, but Harry's looking really good as well. So interesting to see which way they go there.
We had a fair bit of that game on the screen here while we were working, if you can call it working. And it looked like it was just nibbling around pretty much the whole game. No batsman looked like they actually got themselves set.
No, it's been a bit like that the last sort of 3 years I've been there. I think it was flat for a while. Everyone probably thinks the G's still flat, but yeah, it's quite tricky to bat on. Obviously I got a pair, so it must be pretty difficult. But no, they've got it going really nicely at the moment. So looking forward to see. We've got one more Shield game there, and then Boxing Day it should be a good wicket again.
So tell me about the program. You pile some Shield games in now, get to the end of October, early November, and then all about the BBL, and then finish the Shield season later. Is that how it works?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we'll go with the Shield and the 1 days till early December. So that'll go for a month, finish sort of late January, and then back into the Shield 1 days.
So how do you find that? Like if let's say, and there's Aaron Hardy and yourself, and obviously Mitch Marsh, we got Greenie injured at the moment, but let's say a couple of them fall over, and there's a chance in the third test for you to play, and you haven't had a red ball game in a month. How does that go mentally and physically?
I don't reckon it's that big of a deal. It probably a few years ago it might have been, but everyone's used to it now. You're always just jumping in and out of formats, so it's probably easier coming from Big Bash down to red ball rather than going the other way. You can always sort of draw the shots back a little bit, I suppose. But yeah, it's can't help but noticing those things like Greenie going down with an injury. But yeah, just keep plugging away the Vicks and see what happens.
Well, it's a good time for all rounders in this country.
It is.
Those 4 are all elite players. Aaron Hardy's an underrated player in my opinion.
Yeah, no, he's a gun, 100%. Yeah, he's got me covered for sure.
I didn't say that.
Just saying, Jim, that's what you're saying. You're getting at.
We've got 2 in the side and we got 2 in waiting, and they're both bloody rippers. So there have been other eras when we haven't had any.
I know. The next Shield game, so obviously 1 day tomorrow against New South Wales, is against South Australia. Alex Carey, he's nearly the best batsman in the country right now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think I saw a stat, might have been from Triple M even. His last 10 scores are looking pretty high. So I'm not even sure if he's available for that next Shield game, but we'll have to do a bit of work there if he is.
How's the Adelaide Oval? How's the pitch over there, Jimmy Boy?
It's also drop in. So
drop in?
Similar.
Yeah, it probably will be, because that's been a difficult place to bat. Much more difficult than it used to be. It's the modern way, though. I think the SCG is now the only or maybe, what's it called now? It used to be Bellerive and then Blunston. What's it called?
Ninja.
Ninja Stadium.
Stadium.
I think they've still got a square in there, so they might be the only two, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a drop in at the Junction Oval the way it's been the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the drop ins have been good to play in. They do them nicely.
And you got a new stand there too, which will be open tomorrow morning.
Yep, the Shane Warner I think I've seen underneath the tarp at the moment. So that's huge. Obviously the great man will be great. He did plenty of things down at the Junction, so it'll be good to have his name up there.
Exactly right.
What's your club team?
Paran.
Paran.
Yeah.
Man.
And they're not great.
I don't know who gave you that mail, but the True Blues are always up and around
How'd
there
you
with
end
the
up
Saints.
at Paran?
Yeah.
I'll believe it or not, I had to get my own way to training
Right.
during school, which
Right.
might be hard to believe for some. But
Because you're at Scotch.
I was at Scotch,
Right.
yeah. So Dad played for Melbourne and Melbourne Uni, and that was just
Yep.
a little bit too far on public
Right.
transport for me. So Paran was the
The old
nearest
man
club.
wouldn't dust off the
No.
chariot and drive you
Nah,
to training?
He was probably a bit busy back when I was 15, but yeah. That's the way.
They've had a new stadium there, a new grandstand there.
Yeah,
At
they do. Yeah,
Paran,
I think it's
looks-
open in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
it
looks
should
good.
be. Yeah.
Picket fence, I
yeah,
see.
Yeah, I see. I think I've seen Oscar down there a little
Yes,
bit. Turak
exactly.
Park loves it down there, but
Yeah.
they just need to sort out the centre of the wicket.
But
few
that was
issues
one of the
there.
reasons why they've been poor.
Yeah,
The surface there is rubbish.
yeah, exactly. We'll blame that for sure.
And what's the pub to just down the road?
The
the
Orong.
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 Yeah.
Oh, yes, we like
Proud
the
sponsor.
Orong.
Well, you reckon the boys spend too much time
Oh,
in there?
bloody hope they do. Nice little TAB there to the side.
Gotta
They
have a
love
balance.
it. You got to have balance.
All right, we're going to break
Ask
with
him
Will
about
Sutherland.
his footy, because he could have been playing AFL
Not
footy.
only footy, but his sister, who was an
A
absolute
superstar.
bloody
More
star.
with the captain of the Victorian cricket side, Will Sutherland, next on the Rush Hour. Triple M.
Two
Your
good
sister,
sides.
Annabelle, mate, she is airborne.
Yeah,
Playing
she's fine.
beautifully.
Yeah, hard to keep up with in the shadow a little bit, so to speak. But obviously would have been nice for him to win the World Cup. Can't win them all, but yeah, I reckon they need to get her up the order as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes.
She's rowing her side of the boat.
Exactly right. She's an all-rounder, but I think they've got about 5 or 6 all-rounders in that side, haven't they, Will? It's an interesting side
Yeah.
they pick.
Sport for choice, yeah, it would be a tough team for Alyssa Healy to captain, I reckon.
Yes, exactly right. And the old man, how's he going? Of course, on the board at the Geelong Football Club for a long time.
James
Yeah, and
ran
loves
cricket in this country for years.
He did. Played. How many games for Victoria?
I reckon 9 one-days and maybe 3 or 4 Shield games.
Yeah.
So you've already got him covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, games-wise, I do.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
don't think he captained the state either, did he?
No, probably not. I
there you
wonder,
go.
wonder if he got a pair, actually. I'll have to ask him.
He's miles in
tonight.
front of him. And now running golf in
Yes.
Australia.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what they do on the board of Geelong either. I don't know do you know what board members do, Bill?
No.
Not a whole
I
lot.
see them around, but no, they're a lot better now, the board. I tell you what it doesn't do. It doesn't leak. It used to leak back in the
exactly.
good old days, but now they're bloody good. Don't worry about that.
It's been getting back to Annabelle. I don't know if you were there. I suspect you mightn't have been, actually. I was holidaying in Broome not with your mum and dad, but they just happened to be up there. And I went to the gym one day, and Annabelle, I reckon at that stage was about 16. She smashed it.
Yeah.
Like, I remember sitting there, I didn't realise it was her. And I'm like, that girl is working like it was unbelievable. So clearly she's got an amazing work ethic.
Yeah, no, credit to her. Probably sets the example for myself and Tom in that sense. So, yeah, genuinely credit to her. She works bloody hard, and I've learnt plenty off her. So, yeah, good on her.
So when you were growing up playing backyard cricket, she showed a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I hope we helped each other in that
Yes.
sense. I'm sure facing Tommy and I, she would have improved her game a little bit. And obviously her bowling didn't do my batting any good, but she's a star.
Yeah,
So,
bloody
yeah,
oath.
going well.
Now, Hilton Cartwright retired on 62 not out, went to the birth of his child, and then come back and played. And Jim said he would have had to retire hurt. Do you know the ruling there?
No, I'm not sure how that works,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's credit to him he's got the priorities in order.
Exactly. But if you retire, you're out for the game, aren't you?
That's
Yeah.
the end of your innings
Is
if
it?
you retire.
Done, yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
retire hurt, you can obviously come back
Yeah.
on. So I don't know whether they
Yeah.
allowed that for compassionate
Yeah,
reasons.
maybe.
It'd be
Yeah.
great if they did.
Yeah, maybe they passed it, opposition
Yeah.
skipper, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Now, tell us about your schoolboy football days, because you're a very good player at Scotch. And could you have gone on? Were you going to nominate for the draft, or cricket come first? What happened?
Well, yeah, I could have nominated for the draft. Whether I got picked up or not is a different story. But I did love my footy back in the Scotch days, and it was a tough decision back in the day because I love both sports. But yeah, went the cricket way.
Yeah, and well done.
And
Well done on that.
it's been a
Jeez.
bloody
And barracks for the Cats?
Yep.
Yeah. What happened this year? How would you sum up this year for the Catters?
I'd say we lost the granny in the prelim. If that makes sense.
No,
So
you're
yeah,
right.
maybe Brisbane was the best team, but I reckon we would have beaten Sydney, Bill. But yeah, we picked up another couple of good ones. So hopefully we'll go again.
Exactly right. And do you talk to Tomahawk or Joel Selwood or anyone like that about captaincy and things like that?
Yeah, I actually have caught up with Joel once, which was unbelievable. I was pretty toey and starstruck for the first half an hour, but yeah, he still sends me the odd text, which is amazing. Probably my biggest idol. So to be speaking leadership with him is amazing.
Happily owns up to knowing nothing about cricket, Sel.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, right. Well, he's
Yep, he
good at
goes,
all sports, wasn't he?
Barely played it, and
Horse racing, no
doesn't-
idea.
Doesn't really know anything about it.
Yeah.
But he knows plenty about leading men.
What other sport did he play?
I don't actually know.
I don't know if he played
Athletics,
10.
wasn't he?
A bit like Duck.
Athletics, you're right.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
So he's like Duck.
Yeah.
Wayne
Nothing-
Carey, completely brilliant at the sport he played,
And that was it.
and no good at anything else.
Yeah, right.
And he'd be sitting in his car arguing, but Duck, it's true, and you know it.
Oh, he was good at a couple.
Yeah, Bill. Tell us what the off season looks like for you, Big Chief. Where, do you get over to the UK and play cricket? Do you just prepare back here? What do you do?
Depends how the body is. I'll go back to last off season. The boys went to Bali and had a bit of fun over there. Certainly wasn't like a meditation getaway or anything like that.
Good.
But no, if the body is good, I'm hoping to play some county cricket.
Because you get plenty of offers being an all-rounder.
Yeah, they would love the all-rounders. I'm sure Ferg and Mitchie Perry, myself, they'd be keen for us if we're fit and firing come sort of March, April. So definitely something I want to tick off.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Ferg O'Neill, tell us about him because he loves the show, loves the rush hour. He's a different cat.
Yeah, no, he's always tuning in, Ferg. He's not short of confidence, as you can sort of see with the chains and the bling bling.
Yes.
But he's a great teammate to play with just because of that confidence and reinforces how good he is and how good we are, which is they're the sort of guys you want to play with.
What about Maxie? Any instructions from the skipper before he heads out to bat, or just say do what you do best?
Because we watched him in the second 11 game. First ball hits this 6,
Yes.
goes whack, and then went out and made 14. Like, you're going
Yeah.
to say, now, come on, Maxie.
Yeah, I don't reckon I'll give Glenn much instruction. I'll just let Glenn do what Glenn does. I was captaining that twos game as well and wasn't able to get into his head, so I'll just let him do his thing. But yeah, hopefully some fireworks against the big dogs tomorrow.
Yeah. Sammy Harper's going well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fine. The little fella, he's done a lot of work on his wicket keeping. His gloves are looking tidy, and then he was able to get a little handy 70 for us in the second innings in the Shield. So we love the Harps. He's one of the great men around the group.
And Herb Elliott's young blokes playing. Does the man with the massive conch wander into the dressing rooms ever?
I did see Herb after the second one dayer that we had. Sammy with the lazy seventh-er in the first game. And,
Yes.
Herb jumping on the back of the coattails there. But
Good.
no, we love having Herb around and good that Sam's going well.
Bloody oath it
Do
is.
any ex-cricketers come along, Vix? Any old boys?
Sidzy.
Yeah.
Since he's turned up, I see tomorrow.
He's old. Yeah.
Nah, probably not as many as we'd like. Merv's around there a bit. Bobby Quiney's around, but something that we are working on as a group because it's good to have that sort of connection. Obviously, Victoria's been a great cricket state, so we love having the old boys back in.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Sacker's also like the old legends and getting back involved.
You never get invited.
Wilbur?
Everyone got invited in that last premiership you won, except for you.
No, they didn't.
Yes.
We actually did the whole function back there, Fat.
No, you didn't get invited. did you?
You get the hat sent though, don't you,
Yeah.
JB?
Yeah, we got the hat's a good one too.
Yeah, we might have to bring something like that
Yeah,
in.
bloody
good
oath.
idea.
Then put the numbers on it. I like that. Good seeing you, mate. Good luck
Yeah,
for this
Willie.
game tomorrow, but also a massive summer for Will Sutherland.
Go on, you Will.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.